I'm Janine from Purple Room Yoga, and today I'm going to talk about how to move into the pose Half Moon or Ardha Chandrasana. So Half Moon is a one-legged balance pose that's sideways, and so it makes balancing a little bit more challenging. But there's a lot of parts and pieces involved in Ardha Chandrasana that you need to think about, specifically the hip rotation and how to move the pelvis. A lot of times people will do Ardha Chandrasana and turn the leg in for better balance. But Ardha Chandrasana is based on triangle pose, Trikonasana. And it's basically triangle pose with 1 foot off the floor instead of 2 feet down. There's also an element of side plank and the hip rotation that you find in three-legged dog. So I'm going to go over all of those things, and then we will move into Ardha Chandrasana. So start in downward dog. Nice, even quadruped position, spreading the fingers, feeling the palms pressing into the floor. And then float the left leg up, bend the knee, and rotate the left thigh to the left. Now in terms of Ardha Chandrasana, the standing leg is what matters. Spin the right thigh to the right to get the left hip to lift. So because the right foot stays stable, the movement in the right hip socket moves the pelvis. And so go back and forth a few times, rotating in and then turning it out, feeling that movement happening in the right hip socket. The pelvis moves along because of that. And then once you've done the right side, try it on the left side. Left foot is down, right leg is up, bend the knee, spin the right thigh to the right, and then find the rotation in the left hip socket to spin the hips to the right. And then turn it in and out a few times, moving from the left hip, not from the right hip. The right hip just goes along for the ride. The movement is in that left hip socket. And then lower the foot. We're going to come into plank pose. And then drop the heels to the right, toes to the left. Press down through the right palm and reach the left arm high. So feel the stacking, the left shoulder over the right shoulder, the left wrist over the right wrist. That's what you want in Ardha Chandrasana. You're also here stacking the hips, which doesn't quite happen in Ardha Chandrasana, but gives you that right oblique activity. Feeling your feet pressing into the floor, active through the glutes and quads. And then come back to plank, and we'll go to the other side, dropping the heels to the left, toes to the right. Press down through the left hand, and reach the right arm high. Feel the whole right body lifting to the ceiling, so you're not collapsing toward the floor. You're lifting away from the floor. Shoulder blades are wide. Active legs pressing into the feet. And then come back to plank. And come back to downward facing dog. And step the right foot forward to a lunge. Lower the left heel to the floor. Press down through the feet. Lift up to warrior 1. And then open to warrior 2. Keeping the right knee facing forward. Straighten the right leg and engage the right quads. Keep the thighs stable. Tip the pelvis and come into triangle pose. And you can let the right hand rest on the shin. Maybe you find a block. Rest the hand on a block. Maybe your hand finds the floor outside the foot. Make sure you're not side bending. You really want to find the tip of the pelvis. And this is what matters also in Ardha Chandrasana. That right hip is reaching back toward the left inner thigh, keeping the spine straight. It's a flat back to the side. The legs are supporting you. Quads are working, glutes are working. Press your feet into the floor. And if you feel that left foot, feel the outer left foot pressing into the floor firmly. So you're really strong in that back leg. You're not kind of relaxing the leg. Both legs are working to support you. And then bend the right knee. Moving from triangle pose to Ardha Chandrasana, Half Moon. Slide your block forward, about a foot in front of your right pinky toe. Keep the knees and toes pointing straight ahead and shift forward. So you have about 80% of your weight in your right foot. Feel the right foot planted on the floor, spread the toes, press down through the foot to lift the left leg. And just like three-legged dog, feel the right thigh spinning to the right to get the left hip to lift. And then like side plank, stacking the arms, stacking the shoulders. Really active left leg. Don't let the left leg just dangle back there. Flex the foot. Lift up through the outer heel. Feel the left side of the body lifting to the ceiling. Breathing in and breathing out. And we'll take all of that to the other side. So switch your feet, bringing the left leg forward, right leg back, coming into warrior one, and then open to warrior two. Keep the thighs rotating open as you straighten to triangle pose. Quads are working. Lift the knees up so you're not hanging into that knee joint. Active legs, soft knees. And then tip the pelvis. Coming into triangle pose, keeping your flat back. So the amount that your pelvis tips is the amount to the side that you move. Letting the left hand rest either on the shin, maybe grabbing a block, placing it on the outer ankle. Maybe the hand comes to the floor, reaching the right arm up. The right hip is slightly forward of the left hip. So unlike side plank, you're not flat to the side. In order to keep the left knee pointing forward and not letting the knee roll in, the pelvis isn't quite flat to the side. No one has 180-degree turnout. It's just not how we're built. So use the body that you have. Feel your feet. Really try to press your feet into the floor, engaging the glutes and quads. And then bring your gaze down. Grab your block, bend the left knee, and extend the block forward on the floor. Again, about a foot or so in front of that left pinky toe, so it's just a little bit to the left. Shift forward, 80% of your weight in your left foot. Aim the knee and toes straight ahead. Don't let it turn into the right. Feel the foot planted on the floor. And then press down through that left foot to lift the right leg. Just like three-legged dog, left thigh spins to the left, but because the foot is stable, that allows the hips to rotate open. Stacking the shoulders, stacking the wrists. Feel your feet. Press out firmly through that right heel. Press down firmly through that left heel. Half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. Feel the right side of the body lifting up to the ceiling. One more inhale and release. And that is half moon pose. Thank you so much for watching.